Handled with no fuss. Lots of stuff, no time to move it. You need the pros that care. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck of the Treasure Coast. Family owned and operated franchise. Call 772-236-0827. 772-236-0827. Movers who care. Visit Two Men in a Truck, treasurecoast.com.
The views expressed on the following program do not necessarily reflect those of WPSL, but I'll let you in on a little something. We're the ones that encourage you to like and share them on social media and with all your friends and neighbors, because it's time for the science of caring. That's right. Brought to you by Lexus of the Treasure Coast and Two Men in a Truck. Here is your Carebag Inc. host tonight, the one and only Roxy Brown, back with us tonight.
Thank you, Cliff.
Oh, by the way, Milo did a great job, and you've got a guest in the studio today, huh?
Yeah, I got a special guest in the studio. We're going to tell everybody who she is.
Okay.
But she can't hear you in her headset.
Oh, I didn't know.
Hi, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to Careology. Roxy is back in the house, and it is great to see, well, not to see, those who can see me, but it is great to be back, and I am so happy here, and thank you, Cliff, for that wonderful introduction. If you are driving home, we want you to be careful, and if you are tuning in for the first time, welcome to Careology. Careology is a science of caring where we go ahead and we share with you what is happening on the Treasure Coast. And it's no politics, it's no personal information. We're going to leave that to you and your family. We just want you to go ahead and know the resources and just learn little things that you might not know, and that is what we do. Careology is a subsidiary of Carebag Incorporated. Carebag's mission is simple. Their mission is that everyone should have access to proper hygiene. Our vision is that proper hygiene should not be a right. It should be a right, not a privilege. You should not be able to just have money to have soap. Everyone should be able to take a clean shower, have toilet paper, have deodorant. That is a right for everyone. Our kids should not be bullied in school because they don't have clean socks. You know, that is something that I think is just unforgettable. Just unforgettable with some of the stories that we see. And at Carebag, we hope to change that. We deal with the entire Treasure Coast all the way down to Boca. We have our mobile shower unit in Boca. We have our other mobile shower unit up here on the Treasure Coast for when we need to use it. Our mobile hygiene pantry is up and down from Gifford and Vero all the way to Hope Sound in Stewart. And our office is open Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. by appointment. If you go to givecarebag.com, you can go ahead to our menu and find out how, and go to the menu to the hygiene pantry option. And you can go ahead and register and pick your appointment and time. And you can choose 4 items that you or your family might need. If you know someone is in need, share that information with them. And that would be so great. You'd be helping a family, because we just don't want to give. We want to help. We want to nurture them. And that is my housekeeping. Everybody knows I do housekeeping. But I was looking through the news and I found something really, really funny. So I'm going to share this with you guys. Is the Whopper too small? Only in Florida this can happen. We have some Florida attorneys that are in here in South Florida that are suing Burger King because they said it advertises its burger to be 35% larger than the actual burger being served to customers. How much of a coronary do you need to have to really want big food? I don't understand that. And I just think we love to sue so much, and I think this is taking it to the next level, and we need to stop. I think the Whopper is fine. And most of you are shaking your heads agreeing with me. The Whopper is fine. Why are we suing people just because you think it should be bigger? Do you have nothing else to do with the good old college degree that you have, instead of wanting to sue someone because you think the Whopper should be bigger? You don't have to listen. It's my show, and that's my opinion, and I think that's a stupid reason to sue Burger King. But I have a little friend with me in the studio, and I wanted to talk to her because I found something really interesting, and I wanted to share it because I know my listeners are intellectual and they like to be challenged on all international levels. So, hi Shanika, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm.
You need to talk
Oh,
to the mic, sweetie
oh, there
pie.
we go. Hello.
How's everything?
Everything's good.
Okay, wonderful. So, I have you here because for 5 years you were teaching in Japan.
Yeah, I was.
You was. Okay, so a lot of my listeners, some might have gone to Japan, some might have not. How is it? What first of all, what made you want to go and teach in Japan?
Well, I wanted to go there because I've always been really interested in the culture of
Uh-huh.
Japan.
Beautiful
Yeah,
culture.
they have a beautiful culture. It's a little cliche, but as a little girl, I first fell in love with anime, so that
Okay.
really led me to really cultivate my interest. So in university, I studied Japanese for 1 year,
Okay.
and that's the first time I got a chance to really immerse myself in the culture. And when the Japanese embassy would have little shows going on, I would also try to participate.
Paid. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you got yourself really immersed into that culture
Yes,
the best
before
you
I even
can.
went there.
Wow. So when you got there, what is something that shocked you that you didn't know?
Something that shocked
Well, it
me.
didn't have to shock you, but something you learned you didn't know and you were like, interesting.
Well, I really think I was so prepared for it. I had done
Wow.
a lot of
Research.
research. I wasn't really shocked by anything,
Mm-hmm.
but more so I learned a lot of things about myself just
Okay.
being on my own there
Mm-hmm.
and having to, in a country by yourself.
Was this
You
your
know, I
first
don't
time away from home? Far on
um
this level here.
yes, on that level,
Yeah.
such an extended period of time, it was my
Okay.
first time away from home.
Oh, and mommy and daddy were able to cut the cord.
Oh, yes, with a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort. Okay, so tell me some of the things that you loved about teaching in Japan.
What I loved about teaching, well, in my job personally, I taught from 6 months to adulthood.
Wow.
Yes.
They have children in school from 6 months.
Yes, from six
Wow.
months with the company that I taught for.
Okay.
So, what I really loved, especially with teaching those 6-month-old babies,
Uh huh.
was seeing how language develops.
Wow.
So you know, we always think, they're a little baby. They're not really capable of much, but they
Right.
are capable of so much
They
if they're
absorb.
taught.
They
Yes.
they absorb so much so
Yes.
quicker. I know Cliff is looking at us like, wow. He just like, I'm right taking notes. Oh, that is interesting. And did you see for the 5 years you were there, from when you had, did you have a chance to see anything materialize from the infants you had? Because I know you taught different classes. Were you able to see children
Yes,
grow?
yes, I had. There's this little boy. There were so many that really have a special place in my
Uh-huh.
heart, but there was just this one. He was particularly advanced. He just took everything. He just
Mm-hmm.
soaked it up. Um, he was a little bit stubborn, but after I befriended him a bit, if he wasn't in the mood, I would just for him to repeat. And can you imagine at 1 year old a child repeating English?
English, wow,
Yes.
from
So
another culture
yes,
altogether.
yes,
And it's such a different dynamics to their language compared to the
right,
English.
right.
Wow, because some of us born here can't even master the thing, much less in another country. So look, kudos to them and you, because I have some people I talk to, and when they open their mouth, I wonder, are they from another country? And they're from here, don't know a lick of English. So I
Right.
digress. So please go ahead.
Yeah. So so from my 6-month-old babies that I
Wow.
taught, I was able to see them, you know, move from not understanding anything to being able to understand commands to being able to
Speak.
articulate.
Wow.
Yes.
So,
So
oh, that must be rewarding.
yes, it
Oh,
really was. I was
oh,
always very happy when I saw the progress
The
that they were
progress they
able
may
to make.
make. That is
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. See, on Careology, we just don't learn things about the Treasure Coast. Sometimes we got to go beyond our borders. And as you can tell, this is a young lady that is just matured. And I just got to put my kudos in. This is my niece. So I'm just going to let everybody know, family, the genes don't run far. I'm claiming it. But that is absolutely astounding. Would you think you would want to go back anytime soon again?
Well, uh, well, I was in Japan for 5 years, 5 rewarding years.
How did
um,
COVID play in that while you were there?
well, of course, a lot of things changed with
Right.
COVID. Um, the demand for teachers became higher because, with the borders closing and stuff,
Right.
no teachers were able to enter the
Enter.
country. But you know, I found that COVID did not affect me
Mm,
personally that
that
much.
much.
Yes.
Okay. They had rules in place, people just followed them,
Yes.
and we just, boy, I don't know how that is. I live in America, so I don't know how
Yeah,
that
and
is.
the thing
But
is, yeah, with Japan, there was never any real problem with
yeah,
masking because they
they
regularly
already
did that.
masked. Yeah, they
Yes.
masked already before COVID
Yes.
because of the pollution, the
Right.
high pollution.
Well, not really for pollution. Pollution is more like China.
Right.
Japan, their air is pretty clean,
Uh huh.
but for them, it's more of a hygiene
A
issue.
hygiene.
So
Okay.
if you have a cold, it's expected that you
Expected you
will
wear a
mask.
mask. Gee.
Yes.
Only if we could learn. Only if, well, thank you, Shanika. That is, you know what, sometimes we have to come out of our comfort zone. And thank you for being my guest. I appreciate it.
Of
Sometimes
course.
we have to come out of our comfort zone and we have to learn little things and that is good. So we just want to thank everybody. Just a nice big applause for Shanika coming in. You're right, Cliff. And just teaching us a little bit, getting out of our comfort zone. And just know, if you have always wanted to travel to somewhere, if you have wanted to do something out of your comfort zone, go ahead and do it. That's what makes you grow. That's what makes you expand your horizons. All of us have different gifts. You don't know where you're going to go unless you take that first step. So, thank you, Shanika, for coming and teaching us and just letting us experience what you experience. We really, really appreciate it. And we are going to go ahead. I see the head of my next guest here. So we are going to go ahead and have our next guest after these commercial messages. Please stay tuned, and Careology will be right back with our next guest. Thank you.
The Science of Caring. Careology. We'll be right back.
Why call two men in a truck of the Treasure Coast? You want to move your business without moving a single meeting? You want it handled with no fuss. Lots of stuff, no time to move it? You need the pros that care. That's why you call two men in a truck of the Treasure Coast. Family owned and operated franchise. Call 772-236-0827. 772-236-0827. Movers who care. Visit Two Men in a Truck, TreasureCoast.com. If you could reimagine the way you buy a car, what would you do? Make it simple, make negotiations disappear, demand transparency, then experience amazing at your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer. Car Buying Simplified. Treasure Coast Lexus is a proud sponsor of Careology. Every Tuesday at 6:05 p.m., caring and supporting for our community. Car Buying Simplified. Check out your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer.
And now we return to the Science of Caring, Careology, presented by Carebag, Inc. and hosted by Roxy Brown.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you. Well, you know, like I said, it is so good to hear when a young person, we have so many young people in this country and so many young people all over the world that are just doing great things.
The young people are our future. I think
They
we're in
are
good
our
hands.
future.
We're in
They
good
are.
hands.
And
Yeah.
when you find someone that can go to another country and teach a country that Japanese is
Learn the
difficult, and
language
learn the
and then
language.
teach.
But I love
Amazing.
that they learn from 6 months old. That is amazing. So sometimes we try to bring you a little twist. It's always not business gloom and doom and begging you to write a check. Sometimes it's just giving just nice information and just nice lighthearted. But my next guest, I have been always intrigued on what Julie Summers does. Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Roxy.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, everyone has heard. If you are living on the Treasure Coast and have not heard of Sarah's Kitchen, then my God, you are living under a rock. Okay, did I say that good, Cliff?
Under a rock?
Under a rock. Julie, tell us. I love her mission. I love what she does, and because I don't do food, I can't
Right.
do food. I don't do food. I do hygiene. But Julie works with the people that I work with on the hygiene level, and I want you to tell us, how long have you been around? What is your mission? What are you doing, and what's new coming up? The mic is
Sure.
yours.
I am the executive director for Sarah's Kitchen of the Treasure Coast. And Sarah's Kitchen has a very simple mission. We feed the hungry. And we have been doing it for 13 years.
Wow.
We are feeding a lot of people. Unfortunately, the need just keeps
doubling.
growing. But we do that through our soup kitchens. We have 5 soup kitchens. Every weeknight, we have a soup kitchen that's located in a different church. And anyone who is hungry. There's no qualifications. There's no, you don't have to prove you're hungry.
No,
you
just
tell
come.
me you're hungry. You just come.
So if I come, you'll feed me.
Yes.
There
we
you
welcome
go.
You
See,
to-
there you go.
yeah.
That's it.
So anyone can come and be our guest, and you will get a hot meal that's professionally prepared. And we always try and do as much fresh as we can. Always a fresh salad or fresh coleslaw. And you never know what you can get at Sarah's Kitchen.
That's it.
And but we provide a hot meal for everyone, and we often have bread, pastries, fresh produce, canned goods, and other things to give away
That
to
they
take
can take
home.
home. See,
So
I like that.
Yes.
See,
And-
so that's good. I just sorry to interrupt you, but I love that because we talk about it all the time. I always remind people because people don't really know. So what I always do, I said, just remember the long lines we used to see during the pandemic. We've had those lines, but they were media never paid attention to them.
Right.
They were a little bit longer because more people, because the pandemic, a lot of people were working, but these are really the same people. It's just that we added a few more.
Exactly.
That's it.
And the pandemic impacted the way Sarah's Kitchen works, the way we operate, in that before the pandemic hit, we would invite our guests to come in and sit down in the fellowship halls of the
Right.
church, and we would serve them like they were at a restaurant.
Right,
So
right.
they would come in, they would choose their table, we would bring them their choice of drink, we would bring them their dinner, we would bring them dessert, and so they were served as they were in a
served, right.
restaurant. And obviously that wasn't a safe way to operate through COVID and
Right.
through the pandemic, so we switched immediately. We didn't miss a day.
I love
and
that.
Moved right to giving to-go meals.
To-go meals.
So now you drive up or you walk up, and we hand you a meal to go, and then whatever else we have available. So, and we are serving more people than ever before. In fact, we at this point have no plans to going back to the way we operated because we couldn't serve
We
the
couldn't
number.
serve the number. It's just
Yeah.
so great.
Right.
If someone we opened this up. I don't do this all the time, but I'm opening this up. What is information that if someone wanted to get and say, you know what, this is what I say this all the time when I'm here. Not everybody likes the homeless. Not everybody might not like what Carebag does, but I'm hoping someone listening, would you agree, Cliff, that somebody would want to say, you know what, I want to help Sarah's Kitchen. How can someone help you if they wanted to get you?
So there's many different ways. We have a lot of information out on our website, which
Okay.
is sarahskitchen.org.
Oh, that's easy. sarahskitchen.org.
And there's a volunteer page. So if you wanted to volunteer your time,
Okay.
obviously there's a donation page
course.
for financial donations. We have a lot of groups, anywhere from Girl Scout troops to church ministry groups that maybe do food drives or hygiene drives for us. we put together hygiene kits and packets, as I know you use
Yes.
in your work.
And Carebag has been privy to Sarah's Kitchen of having and just giving to us. So we like we say, partner and collaboration is a good thing. So if someone wants to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm listening to Julie and I really love what she does and I want to get involved, sarahskitchen.org. That's simple.
You can help, and
You
it's
can
that
help.
simple. And like Roxy said, Roxy isn't into the feeding business. She's into the personal hygiene product. And you got to have your hand wipes to wash your hands before you eat something.
There you go.
Exactly.
That
Everybody, we take it all for granted.
It's
Sarge.
this is what I tell everyone. It's good to feed because people are hungry.
Right.
But after you feed, you need to keep clean and you have to
Yeah.
use the bathroom.
Right.
So it does, everything is hand in hand. Everyone has a place. I choose to stay in my lane. Feeding is not something I will not do because that is not my lane.
And a lot
we
of
have
people
enough
are.
food pantries.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
believe we have enough
yeah,
food
plenty.
pantries because we have that many people that are in need.
Yep.
So what else do you have coming up?
So we are opening another kitchen.
Ooh, nice.
We operate out of churches. It's a
Right.
collaboration. We don't have brick and mortar, so
Right.
it keeps our expenses
Expenses.
really low, and we don't have any paid employees other than myself who does all the work. But
I'm
you
right
know,
along
so
with
we-
your sister.
We run a lot of volunteers. I have
Mhm.
teams and teams of wonderful, wonderful volunteers who really have a passion for serving others and serving those in need. And so we're opening a kitchen in Lakewood Park
Oh, okay.
in the next few weeks. And
Nice.
so
What church is that?
at the Lakewood Park United Methodist Church.
Okay.
And that's an underserved area in our county. There's not
Not a lot.
not a lot out there, but the need is great out there. So we're looking forward to that. In addition to our soup kitchens, and Roxy's well aware because she's been out with us. We've partnered together on this, but we also have a mobile feeding program.
Yes, she does.
And every Thursday, we're out on the streets of Fort Pierce with hot meals, brown bag lunches, clothes, gently used clothes, brand new socks and underwear
That's
is
right.
another way you can
That's
help.
right. That's how we do it. We don't want anything bleached or pre-washed, please, because we are going to give it to you to take it back home.
Yeah.
Socks, underwear must be new.
Yeah.
The same way you would go to the store and
Yeah.
get it, we want to give it to our homeless the
And-
same way.
Yeah.
There are some adults though sometimes that need diapers.
Yeah,
We-
I
do
cover
those
that. Come
too,
to my
yeah,
way.
yep.
Yeah,
Diapers
we do that.
for all ages.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, so we do that once a week, and we are serving about 150 hot meals, 90 brown bag lunches, and whatever else
They
we have.
need.
You know, if we have tents and sleeping bags and different supplies that the homeless need on a regular basis. But that's all donated stuff.
Donated,
So
oh,
that's
yeah.
another way
Yeah, cut our
help out.
costs, yeah.
Yes, is go buy a bunch of blankets at Walmart and donate them.
That's it.
Yeah. So
You know what? I just thought of something. I was someplace today, and I was talking to a gentleman. Do you know Edward Dunn?
Howard Dunn.
Howard Dunn. Why did I
Yes.
say Edward?
I don't know.
I
Howard,
don't know.
yes.
Did you see him?
Yeah. I know. Well, I know him. He's donated meat to Sarah's Kitchen before,
Okay.
and I know he's got lots of chips
That's
that
what
I'm gonna call
yeah.
him tomorrow.
Yes,
for.
please. Yes, because I told him I said I have the name, and then I got in my car, and then the phone started
Yeah.
going, and he said, Roxy, send him out. I said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna send
Yeah.
him. And the minute you said, I'm like, all of a
Yes.
sudden I'm talking to you, and all of a sudden chips get in
Yeah.
my head. I'm like, oh, I got to tell
Yes.
Sarah.
I
So we just
know.
did it over the air, Howard. If
that's
anyone's
right.
listening,
Yeah.
he has boxes, so
Yeah.
please go get him.
Yes.
I filled up the back of my truck.
Yeah.
So, because I'm open Thursday, so my mamas are going to get a whole lot of snacks for their kids. But, people I don't think understand, we have so many people that are privileged in this county, and they don't understand when we say people are living hand to mouth, they don't get it.
They don't.
They don't
And
get it. People are hungry. They eat to Monday. They have no
Yeah.
clue what they're going to wake up and have the next morning.
There's a statistic on food insecurity, and food insecurity means you don't know where your next meal is coming from. And we have close to 100,000 people in our county that are food insecure.
Yes.
And it can be young families, it can be single parent families, it can
Our
be
elderly.
senior citizens.
A lot of our elderly.
And unfortunately, the pandemic
Made it worse.
because people lost jobs. And
Then the price of food.
and now the price of food and inflation.
I went into the store, and there we went to get some rice. There was no rice.
Right.
This is the first time there was no rice. I went into I went into Walmart. There was no rice on the shelf.
I can understand if there's
This
no
was
water.
yesterday. No. This was yesterday.
Rice.
There was no rice,
Food
no food.
shortages. Pasta's another thing.
Pasta.
We serve a lot of
Yeah,
pasta,
you
and
can't
it's
get pasta.
getting hard to get.
So, and this is what I tell people. For some reason, our elderly always find food for their pets. We found elderly, which I know, that would eat their pets' food. Come on, people. This is America. This is not right.
I knew people that were doing that so they could send money to a televangelist.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. Come on now. Why would you do that? Don't even get me started on that.
I don't want to get
Cliff.
started on it.
No,
either,
come on,
especially.
Cliff. You know when I get the mama bear comes out in Roxy. You
I
know what
know
happens.
it.
You trying to poke it.
Hey,
You trying to poke the bear.
You know what, though? Sometimes a mama bear is required for action.
Well, I got the mama bear because somebody wrote in and said we don't have no homeless.
Oh.
Yeah, and that just it's like somebody put a gun to my head.
Then you know what? Your eyes
Your
aren't
eyes
open.
aren't open. Your
eyes are not open.
So, an elderly person having to eat their pet's food is not right. It is not
unacceptable.
right. It's unacceptable. Having a crying baby because you can't have milk or a crying kid, it's not right.
Yeah.
That is why we thank God for our food pantries, but we thank 13 years. I think Sarah's Kitchen, I'm only 5 years in and I feel like a rock star. We just hit 5 years. So I feel like a rock star, but 13 years doing this, come on, she has some credibility to what she's doing. People get involved. Get involved. We have too many people that are born Americans. Everybody's talking about, they come here. No one's coming here. These are born Americans in our country that are hungry. They're your people. They're my people. They're everybody's people. They are hungry. What are we going to do for them?
And it's your next door neighbor.
It's your next door. You don't know.
You don't know.
And the countless others who are just a month away from being homeless.
A month away, a day away.
Yeah, and you have to choose between paying your electric
Electric,
bill or going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
You need
and your baby's crying.
Right.
And your co-pays.
Or you need to put gas in your car because I went to fill up mine and it was $80.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, I'm not going anywhere this weekend.
The 70s
That's what I
all
said.
over again.
I'm not going anywhere this weekend. But thank God I was able to afford to do that. What about the ones that cannot?
Right.
So if you have it in your heart, I'm not making a plea for Carebag tonight because I have every Tuesday to do that. But I see the lines. I see the moms coming in. sarahskitchen.org. Go to the website, reach out, look at it, see what information you can gather, see how you can help them. Because unfortunately, you're going to be a little bit busier.
Yeah.
Because I have been
is.
I've been going to the grocery store for the last couple of days, just doing something on some business. And what I have seen out there, I had to come home and I started checking my pantry.
Right.
Honestly, I started checking my pantry. Okay, what do I need to get? Because when you go, I couldn't find coconut oil.
Oh. That's
Coconut oil.
Yeah.
Not everybody uses
It's
coconut oil. I couldn't find coconut oil, Cliff.
And you're talking about the consumable coconut oil, not
That you
Yes.
cook with,
Yeah.
The one
Wow.
I couldn't find that. There was no rice.
That's
people are doing more things with the coconut oil now, like oil pulling. Joanne's World of Nutrition knows about that. But I can see where people aren't buying it in the health food stores, getting it in the grocery store, and they can run out of stuff like that.
It's
People
just
binge
letting us
buy.
know. No, not only is we have goods are low. Goods are low with everything. People aren't working. People aren't going to work. A lot of factories, a lot of, corporations cannot find the right people to work. So it's hard to get merchandise.
Shipping problems.
But the price of gas has pushed everything up. So if you had a problem getting food before, it's going to even make it harder because it can't be easy for you to get what you need.
Right.
So we want to put an eye on this and let people know.
And I also want to tell people that we work heavily in collaboration with the Treasure Coast Food Bank.
Oh, yes.
So
we
depend on them mostly for our meats, but also for fresh produce and things like that. But they're great partners of ours,
Right.
and they've stepped up their game too through the pandemic and do a lot. We could not do what we do without them.
The Treasure Coast Food Bank, definitely.
Right. So I just wanted to
Give
mention
them a
that.
shout out. There we
That's
go.
right.
And before I forget, oh my goodness, how can I forget? a little favorite angel of mine turned 10 years old today.
Oh.
Miss Jocelyn. She is the big 2-digit number.
Whoa.
So we are going to say happy birthday, Jocelyn. I wish you the best life has to offer. She's a little rock star, and she is going to be world. Watch out, because Jocelyn is coming for you. Trust me, she's a little rock star, and I just want to wish her the best happy birthday ever. And I'm going to have her on here one day, and everyone's going to be, you think you were amazed with Jet? She's going to blow you away. She's a little rock star. So we want to wish her the best 2-digit happy birthday ever. And I will see you at the big birthday party this Saturday. There we go.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, we gotta big up our little girls. They're all our young people. So what we want to tell everyone, come on, help Sarah's Kitchen. We got to get those meals out. The lines again, when my lines are long, and when I'm overwhelmed, I know you are overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because I don't do food.
We serve about 1,600 meals a week now.
Wow.
So we're cooking a lot of food.
A lot of food. Who cooks your food?
I have volunteer cooks.
Mhm.
It's all done by volunteers.
Right.
So I have cook teams that come in and prepare the meal, and then I have serving teams that come in and serve it and serve and clean up.
Okay.
So a lot of volunteers.
Come in. How can someone find your schedule? From your website? Can they go on 211?
Website 211 has the
211.
information. Treasure Coast
Okay.
Food Bank has the information. But yeah,
They can always find you.
we're out there. Yes.
So if someone's listening and you know you're sitting at home, you do not have to be hungry.
No,
You do not have to be hungry. So Sarah's Kitchen is open for guests. A guest is anyone. So if you know you and your family are in need and you're hungry, if you don't have a computer, someone has a phone. Well, I don't even know if they're pay phones anymore. Gets a phone, dial 211 and say, I need to find Sarah's Kitchen. Where is she going to be today? Where is she going to be tomorrow? And you can find out how you and your family. Do not let a child go to bed hungry. There is no need for a child to go to bed hungry, because Sarah Kitchen is here. Or even if she's too far, look around and find what is close to you, because I know for a fact, and I know Sarah can say this for a fact, we have many food pantries.
Yeah,
we have, trust me, dear Jesus, we got many. So there should be no family hungry on the Treasure Coast. And if you are, there are means. I always tell everyone, 211 is your best friend when you need resources. Correct. Here in the community. We are going to take a commercial break. I'm back. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. We're going to take a commercial break, and because we're going to list, our sponsors are important. We know how important our sponsors are. Oh, right. My Jesus. I love my sponsors. And we're going to ask Sarah a couple more questions. And if you want to call in and ask Sarah something, usually I don't open the lines. I'll open the lines today, and it is going to be 772-340 or 6
1590.
1590 340-1590.
Do I have hieroglyphics up there on the cue sheet?
You do, but you know what? I don't have on my glasses today. So
no
it's
problem.
772-340-1590. If you want to find a question to ask Sarah, or you want to just go ahead and say thank you, we appreciate it. You're free. You know I don't open my lines often, but I'm going to open it up tonight. And we will be back after this message from our sponsor. Stay tuned. If you could reimagine the way you buy a car, what would you do? Make it simple, make negotiations disappear, demand transparency, then experience amazing at your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer. Car buying simplified. Treasure Coast Lexus is a proud sponsor of Careology. Every Tuesday at 6:05 p.m., caring and supporting for our community. Car buying simplified. Check out your Treasure Coast Lexus dealer. Why call Two Men in a Truck of the Treasure Coast? You want to move your business without moving a single meeting? You want it handled with no fuss. Lots of stuff, no time to move it? You need the pros that care. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck of the Treasure Coast. Family owned and operated franchise. Call 772-236-0827. 772-236-0827. Movers who care. Visit 2 Men in a Truck, treasurecoast.com.
Don't forget to support the sponsors of Careology, of course, 2 Men in a Truck, and your friends at Treasure Coast Lexus. And now, back to the show with Roxy Brown.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you. And again, welcome back to our guest, Julie from Sarah's Kitchen. I keep calling her Sarah. It's Sarah's Kitchen. But I'm going to find out how the name came about. Cliff was just really, we might ask Cliff to tell that joke. But we just want to thank you for tuning in and being with Careology and listening to our show today. We appreciate the time that you spend with us and hope that you learned something. So, not for Cliff, but how did we get the name Sarah's Kitchen?
I'll tell you just a little bit of the background of, and how Sarah's Kitchen came to be. Back in 2009 is when we first opened, and the founders, Bob Carey, who's a community advocate in St. Lucie County, he was looking around. That's when the bottom fell out of the housing market. People were losing their jobs, couldn't pay their mortgages, and he and his buddy had actually been to a Bob Dylan concert, and Bob Dylan had said during the concert that everyone can make a difference in this world because everyone can serve.
That's true.
And so that got them thinking,
That
what
resonated.
can we do?
What can
yeah,
we
that
do?
resonated. And so they contacted 4 lay persons, and on Prima Vista, there's that corner with 3 churches.
Yeah.
They visited all 3 churches and got people excited about this, and that's how Sarah's Kitchen started. Now, the name Sarah is actually from the Bible,
Right.
Abraham's wife, Sarah, and that's how it
Oh, we
came to
talk
be.
about Jesus on this show.
Yeah.
So go right ahead.
So that's where Sarah came from. A lot of people ask, is that
Your name,
is that
so
your name? And I get called Sarah a lot.
I was just doing it, so
That's
my bad.
and I answer to it, even though that's not my name. And
It gets the job done. That's all.
right.
Well,
yes.
I like that. So, Cliff, what was your take on the name Sarah?
Well, Sarah was the wife of Abraham. And
Yeah.
she was a quite elderly woman who actually gave birth.
Yes.
It wasn't all the papers back then. Didn't you read them?
I can just
They
imagine.
might be on microfilm.
I'm so done with
The
you
old
right
school
now.
stuff.
I am so done with you.
I know. Mama Bear.
I know. But I like that. So you don't have is the Sarah Kitchen that doesn't have anything coming up. What do you have coming up in the next couple months or so?
Right now we don't have any fundraising events on our books. Fundraising also was interrupted during
Right.
COVID.
Hello.
And so we've had for a year and a half we didn't have anything. We did have a golf tournament a couple months ago.
Okay.
But we don't have anything planned or on the books other than just little drives and
Drives.
things like that. So we have great donors, great businesses that support us, and of course I work really hard writing grants and things like that to bring in
funds needed.
the funds needed.
I feel you.
But we operate on a very shoestring budget because, like I said, it's all volunteers, no brick and mortar, and we work with the local churches and different congregations in St. Lucie County. So.
Okay, well, I love that. So we're going to say it again. If anyone would go ahead and like to go ahead and get with Sarah's Kitchen, it's so simple. sarahskitchen.com. I don't think it can be any simpler than that.
.org.
.org. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I just
sarahskitchen.org.
messed up.
No.
sarahskitchen.org.
It's givecarebag.com.
It's givecarebag.com. Yeah. We're .org also, carebagfl.org, but some people just get so lost in that.
Yeah.
So Jet did that for me. Thank you,
That's
Jet.
cool.
Jet
That's
did
cool.
that for me. But it's sarahskitchen.org, and you can find out about volunteering, you can find out about serving, you can find out about donating. Food is something, I always say access to proper hygiene is not a right. It's not a privilege, it's a right.
Yeah.
The same thing to food.
Yes.
The same thing to food applies. The rich and the well-off are not the only ones who should be going to bed with a full belly. Everyone should. And thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you so much
Thanks
for doing
for
that.
having me.
Oh, you're okay. You're okay. You know what? I don't think people understand sometimes on the level of what we do and what we have to do, the amount of people we have to serve, and different. I know you see it, but it's amazing to me the different people that come in the different people I serve. I wouldn't have guessed it sometimes in 100 years.
Right. And everybody has their own
A
story. When we work with the homeless, there's a lot of people who don't want to believe there's homeless in our community. There's people who feel that the homeless are somehow less than you and
Yes.
I. But every homeless person has a story.
That's right. And they used to be your neighbor.
And yes.
Yeah.
And so our job is to serve, not to judge.
That's right.
And so we serve. And we
That's it.
serve each and every one and hope and we get blessed
Oh, yeah.
way more, 10
Oh,
times
yeah.
more than the people
They
that
have
we're
no
serving.
idea how much we get blessed.
Yeah.
I tell people that they are my neighbors without walls.
Yes.
That's how I had a friend coin that for me, and when she said it, I was like, okay, I'm going to be using that. And thank you, Milo. She said there are neighbors without walls, and that's what they are. When we go into the woods, I'm sure you see it. Some of them have a gate, some of them have a door. They make a little bell. They put a mat out by the tree, and you laugh and you snicker, but this is their home. And I used to knock on the tree, hello, and people would look at me. I'm like, this is their home. So they made an entrance, and I want to respect that.
Right.
Doesn't matter if their tree is a palm tree by a lake and a tent under a bridge. That is what they know as home. If it's their car, that is their home, and we need to respect that.
Just remembered on the swap shop, I think it was this morning, a guy called in and told me about donating a 10-man tent to some folk that he found with a little homeless camp out in the woods somewhere.
Yeah.
And they were so appreciative of it.
Of course.
You put 10 people in there to sleep, no problem.
Honey, let me
Wow.
tell you something. That 10-man tent,
That's a
and
condo.
Julie, nope, that's a kitchen.
Yep.
That's a bathroom area. That's a sleeping area. They make it
Yeah.
into whatever they have to make it.
In those heavy-duty 10-man tents, they can handle some weather, too.
That's right.
Yeah. So this is what we want to do. So we're happy about that we can serve and we can help. And do you have a story that you've been with Sarah's Kitchen that really resonated with you over the years?
Oh, there's a lot of stories, but we have, since I started with Sarah's Kitchen 7 years ago, we have served this homeless lady and her husband at the time. We started feeding them. We found them in the woods. They were living down by Taylor Creek where a bunch of homeless people lived. The husband unfortunately passed away in the woods, and now Pat is with.
Oh, I know Pat.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so we've been serving them and watching out for them and helping them for over 7 years, because our mobile program's been going for 9 years.
And I've been 5, so I've known her
So-
for 5.
And so now Pat and her friend, they live out in Lakewood Park in a tent, in a very nice homeless tent system. They've got
Right.
more than one tent. And they go to Lakewood Park United Methodist Church, which is where we're opening a kitchen, and they are so excited
my
to be
goodness.
able to
Get a nice hot meal.
yeah, and but to help us,
Yeah.
because we've been helping them for
Yeah.
years, and now they
They're able
are
to
so
help.
excited to help us.
That is a good story. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take that because I know her, and I remembered when that happened, and it was she was devastated.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was so we like to tell people. Some people shun a lot of the homeless. These individuals need your help, and how you can help them is by helping the organizations that help them. I'm not going to give them anything. Okay, you don't have to, but help the organizations that put food, because Sarah Kitchen put food not only in the bellies of the homeless, but children going to school, children living in a home. Just because there's a nice car and a nice home, that home is empty.
Right.
That
Yeah.
I tell people, when you see garage sales, where do you think they get the furniture from? Money is needed. The majority of garage sales that you see, they are selling their own furniture to make money.
Right.
Now, the United Methodist Church in Lakewood Park has recently had these church bazaars, which are like a giant yard sale, and I'll bet you that's part of their fundraising effort to help some of these nonprofits.
Yeah. So it goes around in circles. So if your heart is beat, if you have that thing in your chest and you feel it beating and aching, it's not a heart attack. It's you wanting to give to Sarah's Kitchen. Was that
There
a
you
good
go.
one?
That's
Hey,
awesome.
That's a real good
I
one.
like that
Wow.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're feeling pain in your left arm, please call 911.
That's right.
I'm just gonna put it out there. Don't
This
say
program
Roxy
can't be-
said.
This program is not set up to replace any medical procedures
No.
whatsoever.
Thank you, Cliff. Because I know somebody's, oh no, Roxy said I must just give. No. If you're feeling tingling in your left arm, please call 911. Don't call us. Call 911.
And don't eat your dog food.
No,
please
call
don't.
Sarah. I've seen some things. I've heard some things, and I mean, I remember the first time I went into the woods, Sarah. I met a lady, and it looked like I could have passed her in Nostrums or Dillard's.
Yep.
2 days later, I went back, and the shell of her was gone.
Oh.
And I remember that is the first time I pushed to get this old lady. Her husband died, and she was going to the bank, taking the money until they realized he died, and they froze everything, and he didn't have a will. And she was too embarrassed
Right.
to go to her friends
Yeah.
to let them know. And she just got kicked out, and nobody knew.
Oh.
And I thought that is still one of the saddest things.
Yeah.
And this was when I started, and we did. That's when I met Barbara with Lahia.
Oh, yep.
And we did everything we could to make sure we got her off the street.
Streets.
And I was like, that's when I said, okay, this is it. This is what we have to do. So this is your mom, your dad. These are these are people that you would have known in a different life that are hungry, because we're talking about hunger today. We always talk about hygiene, and we can always go back and talk about hygiene. But it is important to feed children. People going to bed hungry is no joke.
Right.
When I'm hungry, I'm angry. And I can't
Yeah.
imagine. And I can pick and choose. I just lazy to get up.
Right.
But imagine when you can't get up because you know there is nothing.
And kids who might get free breakfast and lunch at school, but
Have no dinner.
What do they have at dinner
Yeah.
time, and what do they have on the weekends?
Yeah. That's
so
another story.
There's just
So
way
much.
too many hungry people
Too
in our
many.
community, and there's a lot of great organizations
Yes.
working to alleviate that, but there's still
A lot more
hunger
to be done.
Yeah,
There's a lot of hunger. There's
Yeah.
a lot to be done. We have a couple minutes left. So I want to ask you, what is something that you wanted to say that we might have missed that you want to tell the audience? I'll give you 2 minutes on the mic.
Thank
Go
you.
right ahead.
I just want to express that there's so many ways to serve, and serving others in need is so important for a fulfilling life, no matter what your beliefs are and what your spirituality is if you can do something for someone else. If you're in the depths of despair, if you are financially have no money, no matter what is going on in your life, if you can do something for somebody else, doesn't have to be cost anything. It might be just sitting down and talking to somebody and really listening to them, because I've found that people in need really need someone to listen. They don't necessarily want you to hand them money, but they really want to know that they matter,
care.
that we care about them, and that's as important, if not more important, than the physical things that we can do for them. But reach out to your neighbors, make sure they're okay. Reach out to somebody that you see struggling on the street if you can help in any way. Again, that doesn't mean you have to hand a panhandler dollars.
That's right.
That it doesn't mean that. But you might want to buy them a cup of coffee.
Yep.
So-
or a 69-cent burger or a bag of chips. You'd be surprised. When someone's hungry, they're going to take it.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yes.
When someone's hungry, if someone says, oh, no, no, they're not hungry. They just want your money. When someone's hungry, they want some food.
Yeah.
I'll feed anyone.
Right.
So, Sarah, I'm calling you Sarah again. Sarah's Kitchen, we thank you for coming out. And Julie, we thank you for bringing Sarah's Kitchen information to us. You saw how I just switched that around and
That's
changed it?
awesome.
Thank
Good
you.
save, huh?
Good save, good save. We thank you, Julie, for coming out. And, I was looking forward to this. I know what you do. We want to, sometimes as nonprofits, we don't play nice. And I play nice. Sarah
Yes,
plays
you
nice.
play nice.
I keep calling you Sarah. I keep so sorry. You said it and now it's in my head. Julie, we thank Carebag thanks you for, all that you've done to help us along the way. But we really want to get this message out. If you are interested in helping Sarah's Kitchen, sarahskitchen.org. Very simple. Very simple. Don't know how to spell Sarah? Look in the Bible.
SARAHS
That's it.
KITCHEN.
Sarah's Kitchen.
Yeah.
So
With
simple.
no apostrophe.
No,
Right.
no
No
apostrophe.
apostrophe.
Please, no apostrophe. Well, Sarah, it was a pleasure to have you, Julie.
Thank you,
To
Roxy.
discuss. I'm going to do it all night. I'm going to say it all night. I'm just going to call you Sarah. You'll
Okay.
answer.
I'll
But
answer, yes.
we appreciated having you. And to everyone that has been listening to us, we thank you for listening to Careology. And we appreciate you. And we just want to throw a few things that are coming out, some house cleaning. We have Celebrity Chef that is coming up May 4th and May 5th.
Not Gordon Ramsay.
No, not Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
If I could have got him, I'd have to tell him slow it down. Just
Yeah. Lighten
we
up,
got
dude.
lighten up. We got to lighten up. We don't do that here. But we just want to say thank you. Thank you. You know, if you want to support us, and you can go to givecarebag.com and you can see we have it on May 4th, May 5th. It is the pink edition of the rainbow, because the first one we did was Taste of the Rainbow. So this is the pink edition of the rainbow, and we have all female chefs.
Nice. Very nice.
Women power. Oh, yeah. Anyone is invited to come on out. We have Mayor Shannon Martin.
wow.
That's one of our chefs. So you can come. I believe she is on the 5th. And we have many. We have Mrs. Debbie Groza. We have Tina Klein from Everyone Loved Our Gun Safety Show. We have Richard Stein's beautiful wife. And we have so many celebrity chefs that are coming out. So you can look on the day 4th, May 4th and May 5th, and see which day you'd like to come and support. All proceeds go to Carebag. We are trying to get a bigger mobile hygiene pantry.
Nice.
Because we want to put more stuffs on the van, and we can't do it out of the Ford. We need a bigger van to serve more. We go to Gifford, we go to Hope Sound. We want to be able to give them more and pack more in that van.
How did you make that mobile shower unit?
I didn't make it. I bought it.
You bought it.
I bought it. I did not make it. The disclaimer.
It's amazing, though.
It is. It is nice. I do like it. The wooden floors. It's beautiful. I love it. And we were out with our mobile showers in Fort Pierce over the last couple weeks, and it was a great day. But we have that coming up, and we have two good things coming up. August 1st, we have our back to school free haircuts for kids, Kicking It United.
Nice.
Free haircuts for kids, pigtails for girls, and we're trying to fill 500 book bags with school supplies and hygiene supplies. So if you want your business to go ahead and put a box in, let us know. We will be happy to have 2 men in the truck drop that box over to your business, and we appreciate it. Every kid should have access not only to food and good supplies, but hygiene. We don't want them bullied, and we want them going to school. We're working with the Port St. Lucie Truancy Department. We need our kids in school. This is Roxy. I'm going to leave you on this beautiful night. Enjoy your evening. If you're just getting home, get home safely. If you tuned in for the first time, we hope you tune back again. We want to thank Shanika. We want to thank Julie for being our guest. Cliff, you're an excellent engineer. And I will see you guys next week, Tuesday. Oh, I won't be here. Jet will be here. He'll be doing my show.
Jet's going to do the
next week.
show.
He's going to do my
that's
show.
going to be a cool
So
show.
that we got a 16-year-old doing my show, and he is amazing. He is a one-time author, and he's doing his next book, and you're going to hear about it. Have a good night. Peace out. Love you. Guys, get home safely. Have a good evening.
Don't forget to visit the website www.givecarebag.com, and you can help out. And tune in for Careology each and every Tuesday evening in the 6 p.m. hour on WPSL Digital 1590, WPSLTV.com, webcaster to the world with Google Home, Alexa, and the TuneIn app on your smartphone.